Hi guys, this is Namcraft. What's going on? We're going to be watching the final set of ASL Season 19, aka Superstar League, Spring 2025, although nobody calls it that name anymore. This is going to be played between Scan and Calm. The Tier 4 player Scan is going to be playing against the Tier 3 player Calm. The Tier 2 player Shadow has been eliminated in a very emphatic fashion, and that fan in the crowd is very happy. We don't have the old guy in the crowd who works for the studio, maybe because it changed the studio, because I remember in the previous season there was always an old guy in the crowd, and I'm quite sure he works in the arena because he's there in every single game. I mean, why would you be there? Even, you know, in these kind of round 24, that these kind of insignificant games that nobody cares about. Anyways, we are going to be having these guys looking out on the map. Dominator, everyone knows about this map. It's a very standard map of ASL now. Was it map from last season? I think it was. I'm not so sure. Let me just quickly show you the map stats. So for Zerg players, here are the maps against Terran. So Dominator 43.8%. So as usual, all of these Zerg maps are very biased towards Terran. Zerg has got an easy job there. But let's see how things will go. Let me just quickly show you what the map looks like. This is what the map looks like. Scan is going to be located at the... oh, I need to swap these locations. I'm sorry. Because I got it the wrong location. Not really, because Scan is Terran and he should be on the left side of that banner. It's not really correct. I apologize. By the way, this is the first day of round of 24, so a lot of my setups are not correct. You know, namings that have been wrong. I noticed they're not correct, so I apologize for that. But I promise you things will be a little bit better, so stay on and be patient with Namcraft, because I'm just an individual. I'm not a corporation, I'm not a group, I'm not an alliance, I'm not a guild or a guild. What is the name of the, how do you say that word? The word like the trading guild or guild or something, guild, right? It's like an association of traders back in the medieval you know, days. Anyways, SV is able to discover where the opponent is located, and let's see what is going to be the response here from Scan. We've had some crazy TVZ in KCM lately, where it is, you know, very standard for Zerg to just try to defend against Terran onslaught in the mid game. But eventually there was a hole, you know, on the floor or in the ceiling, and Terran just, you know, used that chance to, for example, snipe a Nidus Canal, or, you know, I don't know, go for a nice sick drop where the Zerg player was not paying attention and so forth, and that has really sealed the fate of the game. So let's see how the game will be playing out today. We're going to be having the Marine just trying to poke a little bit, but he's going to return, and that might have been a mistake. I don't know. Because I don't see any Zerglings. Okay, I do now see only two Zerglings. Not that many. But let's get back to this game. I'm sorry, we don't have any stats at all for Scan. He's not on the radar, ironically enough, even though his name is Scanned. But we do have the Edo scores of the other players who are playing. So you can see Calm is 1049. And I guess let's just throw it out, throw it there a little bit, the win rates per matchup. Alright, looks like the SCB gets sniped there. I'm not so sure why the current commentator was so excited about that. But anyways, Calm has not been playing a lot of stuff, a lot of games. He's only played against Protoss, 2 sponsored games in the last 30 days, and he's lost both of them. So that's the only thing we know about. But we do know about the performance in ASL so far. Calm has been in 5 round of 24, 2 round of 16, and 1 quarterfinals. Whereas Scan has only been in 1 round of 24. This is the reason why I don't show his stats, because there's nothing to show. He's only been in 1 round of 24 before. We do have a lot of new faces in this season of ASL, man. We've had Skay, or Ski, or Sky, whatever his name is. We will have BTS, aka Strube, aka Alone. There's all these names that I don't know about. And there is going to be Tyson. Of course, Tyson is not a noob. He's always been there, but just not in a lot of, you know, Starcraft competitions. He's more of a, you know, kind of B-ranked player. Anyways, let me just quickly remind you and read some advertising because I have not done any advertising, I don't think, this entire series. So my name is Namcraft, welcome to the channel. I think a lot of you have complained in the past that there's a lot of spoiling elements. For example, there are comments of people who are spoiling, or maybe the thumbnail was spoiling, or maybe the length of the video is spoiling. Let me just kind of reiterate once and for all. First of all, the comments, I try to leave those scammy comments alone. So those comments about Bitcoin or whatever, I just leave in there so that they would hide your other comments in case your other comments are spoiling the results. But just for safety's sake, be sure to write spoiler and then enter 4 times and then type the rest of your comment if you're gonna say something that is a bit spoiling in nature. Also, the length of the video, I can do nothing about that. Sometimes I try to put in some buffer video at the end, but that is very random. I also try to randomize it so that you cannot guess if it's the real end or the fake end or whatever. So when you see that, you will see that it's me who is trying to put in those endings. What else do I want to tell you about? These videos typically would not have ads in the middle of the set because it is my conscious attempt to try to keep the interruption to the minimum. They will only have ads in the beginning of the game. So as you can see, the previous game that lasted, almost 35 minutes between Shadow and Calm, you possibly only saw 1 ad, I think, in the beginning. And maybe if you linger around after the video is over, you will see another ad, but you can just completely turn off the video. So that's that. And what else I want to tell you, please, if you want to add friends with me on Facebook in case this channel gets deleted in the future, feel free to add friends with me and add me on Telegram. Join a Telegram, broodwar forever network, so that you can see videos uploaded there. If you're Russian or Ukrainian, I'm sure you use Telegram. I also use Telegram, albeit for different purposes. You know what I'm talking about. So join me on Telegram, join me on Facebook, join the broodwar forever taste Facebook group, and they are all mentioned in the video description. All of that is mentioned in the video description. What is Scan doing? Oh my god, he catches a mutualist, or he might catch another one. He's gonna snipe it, and looks like comes up, and he loses yet another mutualist. So 2 mutualists dead, but these, 6 or 7 mutualists are doing good damage. Another mutualist getting sniped. Oh my god, is Calm in some serious trouble? If Calm loses now, it's gonna be the greatest upset of the entire ASL so far. Granted, we already had 1 round of 24, so it's not really that big of a a huge cracker. But still, how many more overlords we will die? I mean, he's losing so many overlords. He will lose yet another one. He's trying to come from the back, and he will get some marines though. So it looks like Calm need to get his stuff together. Cannot just be throwing away marine like that. But he does get some overlords in the process. But now looks like Calm has got control of the situation. He gets those units destroyed. But look at the supply difference. Usually around this time, Zerg want to be about an even supply because they have a lot of mutas, but Calm has lost so many mutas. He's lost so many mutas that it's not funny anymore. And I really like that aspect. I really like that the game is not really textbooky. It's got elements of surprises. It's got players messing up with the clicks and so forth. So that is really what the game's fund. Even of course for the players, they want to stick to what they have planned, right? So that's that. But anyways. Looks like Mitch is going to try to come out and try to find openings, and these turrets have been recreated. The starport will complete, so it's going to be very few openings now for Calm to exploit. Calm has decided to take a base that is really weird. This base here, I don't really understand the rationale, except for the only reason that could be possibly be inside Calm's head is that he's going to try to stop his enemy from scanning it. It's kind of not really obvious that you can see Scan doesn't know about that base. He doesn't know about that base. He thinks his enemy is 2 basing. Of course, that's impossible. It's impossible that on this map, at this time, the Zerg has got only 2 bases with 2 hatcheries. It's impossible. So, Scan is going to have to think about that hidden base. And there are going to be some lurkers. And these could be stop lurkers. They would try to bait those marines into falling out into those booby traps. But keep in mind that the starport is complete. So Science should be joining very, very soon. So this meticulous plan by Calm to drive his enemy into self-destruction may not work. We have the first tank out. The starport is making something. I don't know what it's making. Is it a dropship? Because on this map, you can drop against the Zerg very easily. You can see you can go around like this and drop. For Terran, it's an easy trip. And looks like he's scanning the main. He sees that there's nothing inside the main in terms of defenses. No scourges or whatever, right? So that's going to be what we're going to be looking at. And it looks like there's going to be a huge attack. We might have stop lurkers. We might have lurker drop. We might have just lurker combination with mutants and Zerglings. The tanks are not sieging. Oh my god, the lurkers have been revealed. The lurkers' position have been revealed, and now Scan knows. You need to be very careful. You need to be very careful. You need to pull back and defend correctly here. Looks like the lurkers are coming from all sides. The tanks don't have siege. I don't think they do. The lurkers getting ready. The lurkers coming in. There's going to be a huge attack. And Scan need to attack. He need to scan. He need to scan. He is not scanning yet, but now he will scan. He will go and hide inside the bunker. The tank have siege mode. It looks like Calm is getting pushed back. Calm has lost already 1 lurker, 2 lurker, 3 lurker, 4 lurkers. 5 lurkers, no! 6 lurkers, only have 2 lurkers remaining, but he gets the bunker destroyed. But that was a lot of forces lost by Calm. And now Scan is up ahead by Scan is up ahead by about 10, 20 supply. Evolution Chamber coming down. The tank comes out when we have the Science Sisters, and Calm is slowly but surely getting the grip of this game. He's controlling it. He's playing around with Calm now. Science Sisters coming out. I'm going to be cheering for Scan, even though I don't really like TVZ, but it's better than nothing. This Science Sisters is going to come out, and yeah, with Siege mode, I think this might be a walk in the park. But Dominator, keep in mind, you can go for the counter-attack move like this. He's going to come around when the Zerg, when the Terran player is out of position, is waiting for it. He's going to come right through right now. The tank have been sieging on this line, though. The Marine's going to try to attack, and Calm will be walking into a death trap. He will need to retreat now. Oh my god, he will lose a lurker for sure. That was a death trap. Another lurker lost, and Calm is in some serious deficit, but he needs to just hold on. Hold on and create confusion just to hold out long enough. And Scan says, you know what? I sense victory. I smell blood. I taste the thing that comes out of your nose when you have a cold. So I'm going to call in, come in here and kill you while you're weak and, you know, diseased. He comes through. He's getting very close. There's going to be some nice attack. Do we have... Okay, nice clone Scourge to snipe the Sciences. So there's a second one though coming from the side, and these 3 tanks are very strong. We do have some lurkers to slow down the enemy, but what we need are not lurkers. We need to have defilers. Lurkers will be just enough to slow down the advancement of the enemy. He's gonna try to come in and nice irradiate. Terrible split. But now the last way that Mitch is gonna fall out. So these lurkers will be buying some time. But Calm is in some serious trouble. He's behind about 30 supply. The tanks are pushed forward. The lurker is gonna get pushed back. He will come through. He needs to lay down now. He will attack. Mitch is coming through. We need to attack and focus on the tank. Looks like this might be the final battle. All the lurkers have died, and Calm has GG. Look at the reaction on Scan's face. He's qualifying for the round of 16. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this kid. Born and raised in California or some state like that. I don't even know where. But let's just sit here and enjoy a little bit. This Scan's first qualification ever in the ASL. If you enjoyed this Scan's video, buy me a coffee, and I will use it to buy the same drink that he's using right now on screen. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.